Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 money making methods and builds as of update 1.31. And this time I'm going to do a bit of a throwback build to the original money making method on this channel. The one that started it all, the Reb Bull Junior at 700 pp Le Mans, to see if it does really stand the test of time. Now I'll take you through the build, but mainly this is going to be talking about that original video, which in my opinion was absolutely awful, but it really started the bulk of building cars for me. So first of all, if you want to buy this car, you need to head over into Asia, go over to the Gran Turismo dealer and buy the second car in, which is the Reb Bull X2014 Junior for 350,000 credits. As you can see, I already have mine, so I don't need to go and buy one. But yes, this is a very cheap car, and overall its performance really isn't that bad. Mainly through the corners is where you're going to make up your time. Now, in terms of the livery, I do want to give a big shout out because I'm still using the livery from all the way back in that original video. This was made by CM2K all the way back in March of 2022. So a big shout out to him if he's still around in GT7. So let's quickly get into the build. This is going to be running on racing softs for this update. It's just the fact that tyre weight is pretty much non-existent on this car and in this event. In terms of the anti-roll bar, we have it at 10. I would personally recommend just ignoring all of this. This was set up when suspension setups actually affected performance points. I recommend leaving yours at default. Do not copy this. As you can see, it's just absolutely wild and wacky and makes no sense as of update 1.31. However, what you can copy is the differential. So we have initial torque 5, acceleration 5, and braking at 7. We have the fully customizable racing transmission set to 300. As you can see, no power restriction needed on this build or ballast. Full downforce if you really want to at 400 and 600. And then as you can see, nothing else needs changing. In terms of the event, you're going to want to head over into Europe, go up here to France to the 24-hour Le Mans circuit, or Le Mans, go to the middle event, which is the World Touring Car 700, and enter that event. Now let's talk about this car in general. It is the one that started it all. This was the first ever car and first ever video I did commentary for, and yeah, I'm not going to go and find the video myself and post it down below because it's absolutely terrible, but I'm sure if you look for, look enough, you can probably find that video. It was absolutely dreadful, but not only did it kind of boost my channel up and really get people wanting me to carry on building cars, it kind of started the bulk for me in terms of building cars. It was just kind of the one that started it all. It was a super simple build and it kind of opened my eyes up to what else is possible. Now this build overall, like I said, with the suspension, is set up to like 1.09 update, which was over a year ago. In fact, it was a year and 5 days ago, so just don't copy those. But in all honesty, that video was absolutely terrible, and that's why I'm going to really talk about that instead of talking you through how to run this event. In all honesty, fuel mix 1, pit if you need to, get some rain tyres if you need to. It's super simple and straightforward. I don't really need to tell you anymore. The fuel consumption on this car is fantastic, hence why it stood out way back in the day, even before the original Tomahawk glitch entered the chat. But yeah, let's get on to kind of talking about that video. It was bad. I didn't know how to edit videos. I was using, I think, my PlayStation Pulse headset, which had the kind of occasional thing of doing a little pop when I spoke. For some reason it would just like crackle at random. Since then we've come a long way, actually, looking back at that video. It was really short, it was really undetailed. I didn't really go through the strategy properly. It was just a case of pointing out the random things. But like I said, it kind of just started everything off, and it is thanks to this car that I'm really now in a place where I am on YouTube, where I just build cars and have fun with the game still. You know, it's all about variety, and like I said, it's just thanks to this little thing that really got me started with the bug. And in all honesty, the fact that it was now a year and 5 days ago since I did my first commentary video, and since then I've pretty much uploaded every day and built over 100 cars for this game, is just absolutely incredible. And that's kind of why I wanted to finish up the week with a bit of a throwback to really where it all started for the channel. I know it's kind of a bit over a year. I was aiming to get it out for on the dot for the year kind of, I guess, anniversary of that video. But yeah, in all honesty, what I really kind of want to say with this video is like a massive thank you to you all for like the support. Like, it's just absolutely incredible. And you know, I kind of do sit there and wonder, like, is there any of you guys from that original video still around? You know, Gran Turismo was in a really bad place back then. Like, if you think it's bad now, you should have been around back then. It was just absolutely terrible, you know. But it's just crazy to think that it's over a year since we had, you know, these kind of grinding events put in the game, and here we are a year later still running them. So, you know, it does still highlight the issue of there's just not much in terms of event variety, as well as a lot of other things really. Like, we've had PP system overhauled many times, we've had glitch builds patched and then come back and then patched out again. It just kind of seems very strange that, you know, this one little car all this time later, although it's kind of changed up a bit in how you run it, and you know, it's got much faster in my honest opinion in terms of the fact that you can run softs and such, it's just kind of, you know, still there. It's just kind of weird. It's almost like a time capsule to, you know, really where I started building cars, and then really where we still are today. The fact that this little 350 grand little mini Red Bull is still out there, and it's still a very usable method, and I still see a lot of kind of new players gravitating towards that method. Like, you know, I can always usually tell newer players, because of it being a cheap car and a relatively easy one to run and set up, that a lot of newer players will still kind of remind me of it. And I did have a comment, I believe a few weeks ago, just saying, you know, use the Red Bull, blah blah blah. I was like, wow, that was like the first money method I ever tried and, you know, built, and you know, here we are a year later and people are still using that one. I mean, it was a popular method. I'm not saying by all means I kind of created the method, you know, far from it. It was just kind of a car that I had sitting around in the garage and I went to build, and even when I checked online there was other people running it. Obviously there was no commentary and such, and that's kind of where I thought I'll just do a quick commentary guide, and then all of a sudden I caught the bug, and here we are a year later still doing the same thing. Obviously the channel's massively expanded since then. You know, I do all the latest GT7 news, cover everything I can, whether it be car reviews, more money builds, and you know, just everything GT7. And the fact that, you know, a year later, even through the bad times of Gran Turismo 7, I've still managed to keep this channel going, still managed to, you know, keep the support up on the videos, and you know, grow the channel over, you know, 20,000 subscribers since then. It's just absolutely crazy. So I did think, you know, to finish the week off, let's just do a bit of a throwback build to one of the original money grinders, if not the original overpowered money grinder. Obviously at the same time we had stuff like the Sardinia Tomahawk S, which is the road going version, which was around back then. So yeah, absolutely awesome. And I do kind of want to just use this video as a kind of a big thank you to you all. Like I said, I'm not going to go ahead and put that you know, I guess video in the comments. If you do want to find it, or someone finds it, you know, feel free to go ahead. I did update the title kind of just after the update, but I think it was running originally on something stupid like 1.09 or whatever update we had early in April of 2022. The whole game was just a completely different like landscape. It felt different, it played different, and the fact that one of the standout methods is now one of overall the easiest methods is just, you know, rather quite funny looking back. But yeah, honestly guys, a big thank you to you all. A big thank you to you guys that have kind of like stuck around and, you know, tune in for these videos and enjoy them. And I just kind of wanted to end the week off in a bit of a different fashion, and kind of a way of me just saying, look, thank you for the continued support. Thank you for putting me in a place where I can go ahead and build more of these cars and have fun with the game. Because if it wasn't for you guys putting your suggestions forward or kind of mentioning, you know, older things at times, in all honesty, I don't think I'd be having half as much fun as I still do. And like I said, variety is the key to this thing, and I've been doing this for over a year now, and you guys are, you know, still here, still around, still watching, still giving me suggestions, still, you know, looking for the next big build and you know, kind of wacky build. So honestly, big thank you to you all. You're absolutely fantastic. I will be returning tomorrow to making fresh content. I have been away for this weekend, and I just kind of wanted to round all this week up with a massive thank you to you all. So have a fantastic day, enjoy what you do, and I'll see you later on, guys. Peace.